What is up, people? Jean Carlos here with the Total Body Training Podcast, where I help you get lean, gain muscle, and build confidence. And today's episode is, would you like some cheese with that wine? Please stop complaining about your opportunity to get in shape. Okay. In this episode, we are going to learn about why constantly complaining and or whining isn't going to help your ass. Because I got to talk about it. This is a pet peeve of mine, something that I personally struggled with. I think that's why I dislike it so much. So, if I sound a little bit perturbed, it's because I was guilty of doing this a lot when I was a beginner, and I want to help you, if you're doing this, not do it. So, let's go ahead and get started. In this episode, we're going to talk about why complaining and or whining isn't helping you. And, here's the thing. Like complaining, or by the way, I've got notes here that I'm going to be looking at every so often to keep myself on track. Complaining is actually setting you back. Complaining about anything in life typically is setting you back from happiness, self-actualization, and achieving your goals, or just being cool with being present and being in the moment. Very rarely does complaining about everything help you. I'm not saying you can't take a minute to be like, man, this shit is hard, or man, this shit sucks. But wallowing and whining and dwelling on things that you don't like in the situation, especially things that you can't change, isn't helping you at all. Okay? Maybe a little bit of vent is fine. Venting a little bit is fine. But there's a big difference between wallowing in the things that you don't like, complaining about things constantly, and saying, man, this is tough, or damn, that sucks, right? Those are two very different things. So, let's go ahead and talk about this. You've got this big goal in mind, and it's fucking hard. You are a beginner. You want to get in shape. You want to lose some weight. Let's take somebody who's trying to lose some weight. I've been there. Trust me. I know. And, and the reason, to be honest, why you are out of shape is because you haven't really treated yourself in the best way. You haven't taken care of your health. You've been eating poorly. You've never really worked out. All right. It's just a fact. Let's get it out of the way. All right. I know it takes maybe some humility to accept that, but it's exactly what it is. Or at the very least, you haven't known what to do in order to get in shape, okay? So, you decide that you're going to go ahead and get a gym membership, you're going to start working out, you're going to turn your life upside down, right? Or turn your life around instead of turning it upside down. And in the process of trying to do that, what happens is that you have to do things that are challenging to you. They're tough, man. Like working out and doing things is difficult. Changing your life is difficult. However, you get hung up in the process on that difficulty. So you're just constantly complaining about going to the gym. You're constantly complaining about your trainer, what he made you do. You're constantly complaining about your lot in life, or what's happened to you, or the fact that you have a slow metabolism. You show up at the gym and you're like, oh, those skinny people, blah, 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 in the gym. Look at them with their fast metabolisms. You kind of like hate on people, and you just think negative things when somebody brings up their own fitness success. You complain about your perceived lack of fitness success, even though you haven't really been working out that long or really been achieving it completely. And, it's always something, isn't it? There's always something that's wrong, and there's always something that you can complain about. There is always a reason to be upset when you go to take care of yourself. Oh, like I'm trying so hard and I'm not seeing any progress, and like blah, blah, blah. There's always some kind of thing to complain about that you can find. So, what I have to say to somebody who's like that is, would you like some cheese with that wine? Would you like some cheese with that wine? Seriously. I'm going on a bit of a rant because I have been the kind of person who wanted some cheese with my wine. And, have you ever considered how good you actually have it in life? This is going to be some tough love here, okay? So if you don't need tough love, or if you think you might break down a little bit, sorry, this episode, this right now, might be where you want to get off this episode right here, because it's going to be tough love. All right. And before I go into it, keep in mind, I am not a therapist, psychologist, anything like that. This is my personal opinion about what I think works best for me in my own personal life and might just work well for you. So if you like that and you want to follow what I'm saying, here we go. Have you ever considered how good you actually have it in life? Like, really, I'm not a person of faith, but, in the religious realm, okay, you hear people saying like, I'm blessed. Count your blessings, these kinds of things, right? Have you considered that you have it pretty good, right? That maybe not everything's the way that you want it, but that, a lot of cases you have most of the things that you want in life. And, that's in terms of like your, maybe you have a house, you have all the food that you need to eat, that you even have the opportunity to eat the food that you have, right? Have you thought about that you have the opportunity to eat? The reason I say this, and let me back up a little bit, is like, do you have any idea how entitled you sound and how ugly it sounds that you are upset about your opportunity or your blessing in a way to have a little bit more to love, so to speak, or to have a little bit extra weight? That is a little bit heavy, right? When you start thinking about it. Because really that's what it is. Not everybody has the opportunity to have a little bit more to love. A lot of people in life are a little bit more weight on their body. There are so many people in life who are starving. There are people in indigenous countries or people in, developing countries, I should say, that don't have much to eat. Can you believe that? There are people starving. Just flip through a National Geographic or, take a look at about the news. There are people who don't have access to clean water in America. There are people who can't get clean water in like Flint, Michigan and places like that. Not to get political, but to point out that we sound pretty entitled, I think, if we were to speak with someone who has that same kind of problem in life, right? If you were to talk to somebody who's starving and you'd say, oh my God, like, I don't want to eat the healthy food. Do you know what you sound like to someone who doesn't have food to eat? This isn't to make you feel bad. It's to make you feel aware and at the very least realize that maybe you don't have it so bad in life and maybe all this complaining and whining is self-entitled and isn't helping you whatsoever. All right? Not everybody has the opportunities you have to have that extra weight on your body. So stop right now and be grateful for your body and the opportunity you have to make it better or to improve on it. Really, that's what this is. Yeah, maybe you got a little bit more to love, right? And that's due to probably the opportunity that you have, right? The opportunity you have to eat food, right? Now, I know that there's a debate about like healthy food and processed food in America and how some people can be can still be malnourished while being overweight. I'm not getting into any of that. I'm just saying, simply be grateful for the fact that you have the opportunity to eat is where we need to kind of like make an adjustment here, that you have the opportunity to overindulge certain foods or even eat processed foods, right? In America, like that you have that opportunity. That is a good starting point. I'm not saying that you can't step back and look at yourself and be like, damn, I've gained weight, or that I need to take care of myself, or damn, the process of me getting healthy or switching from eating, some kind of like fast food every day to eating chicken and broccoli or eating something healthy isn't something that you can voice your opinion about the difficulty on, right? There's a big difference between saying like, shit, this is hard, right? Damn, working out is tough. That's one thing. And then the whole like, I don't want to do it. I didn't do it. This is so difficult. Blah, blah, blah. It's just a really ugly way to live your life. And it requires an immense amount of entitlement on your end to not recognize that you have this wonderful opportunity to now improve yourself, that it's even an opportunity that you have, that you even have the financial capital, right, to pay for a gym membership. Some people don't have that. If you have a trainer, to go to your trainer and fork out like some money. Some trainers cost a lot. Like a one-on-one trainer can cost a lot of money, right? That you have that opportunity is something that's really important and really special. So really, I think we should be a lot more grateful for that. I'm not saying that when you complain about your opportunities, what I am saying, I'm sorry, let me back up, is that when you complain about your opportunity, you're creating a narrative in life that life owes you something. that the world around you owes you the opportunity for you to be fit. And life doesn't owe you shit, man. Like, or woman. Like, life doesn't owe you anything. And this is something I've had to say to myself. I'm not personally attacking any of you. This is something that I've wrestled with. This whole idea of like first world problems, right? It's something that I wrestled with when I was much younger, just assuming that it was just supposed to happen and complaining about it the whole entire way. You're acting as though life owes you something, and the sooner you realize that it doesn't, you're going to be free. Life doesn't owe you shit. The sooner you accept and you don't whine about your opportunities, right? The opportunity to be overweight, and then the opportunity to fix that. The opportunity to go out and eat better and buy healthier food, right? And possibly get a trainer and all these things is something that's really cool that you have that opportunity to do. And you're going to find that if you can do that and you can show up and work hard and occasionally say, shit, this is hard, but I recognize that that is a part of the reason that the difficulty that I'm going through, right? The difficulty that I'm going through is actually a sign that I'm on the path to success. The sooner that we accept those difficulties instead of complaining about those difficulties, then we can really appreciate growth. We can really appreciate our own, how should we say, our own path towards achieving our goals. The things which hurt instruct. Benjamin Franklin. We need to, or we should at the very least, recognize that it's not going to be easy right from the get-go. Accept that. And then cherish the fact that we are having the opportunity in our lives to improve ourselves and to work on it, and that we're blessed to have that opportunity. And then put ourselves in, put in the work, and for the most part, try to remain humble and try to put things into perspective. Not everybody gets the opportunity that we have. Not everybody has the opportunity to have a little bit of, weight on their body. And, really, I have no reason to complain. I have everything I need. Now, I just want to take better care of myself. I want to improve my life. So, that is today's message. Just make sure that you're not whining and that you're not acting entitled. It doesn't help you. All it does is set you back. But if you look at those things, those difficulties as being a part of the process, and you accept them from the get-go, then you can really throw yourself into the work. Because if you don't see the difficulty in your life and you aren't at the very least appreciative for the challenges that you have in your life, then you're never going to succeed. It's always going to be another complaint. It's always going to be another woe is me. It's always going to be whining. I know that's difficult for some people to hear, but in my opinion, it's the truth, and it's something that we all need to hear sometimes. Anyways, people, thank you so much for tuning in to the Total Body Training Podcast today. Until next time, peace.